There we go.
I can go. Let me throw these bars somewhere. Okay. One of the things I want to talk to you guys tonight about is getting ready for the next month because it's going to be crazy. And you guys know that I'm a big advocate for coaching ahead of time. So I'm right now, what today, the 13th, I'm actually prepping for August. So one of the things that I'm doing is any orders that I'm delivering this week, they're getting a sneak peek catalog, which is going to be super fun and funky. Obviously you can see I just opened my catalog, so I've been waiting on these, but before they even came, I had the front of my catalog brochure done. And what is that and what does that look like? Let me find it in my to-do stuff. So you guys will see there's 4 things here. And this is a graphic that we can share in our Dreamstruck panelist group to make sure that your director shares it with you. You can edit it, you can make it your own. I think I got this somewhere else. This is not my original work, but I always kind of count on somebody artsy fartsy that can handle this kind of stuff because it's not me. But I was able to put 4 of these on a Microsoft Word page. I got some cardstock off Amazon and I put 4 of them on a page. So then I'm obviously going to cut these down and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with them. Usually I have one of these really fancy cutters that somebody showed me before, but my office is under construction. So I'm just going to cut it real quick so I can give you guys an example. So it looks like this. I'm going to stick this on the front of the catalog and this is edited to me specifically. So you can leave it if you want, but your 6-pack of fun fall scents might not be the same. Like me and you might be totally off. So that might throw your customers off because some of my customers are the same as me. So I hate pine, I hate cinnamon, they give me migraine headaches. You might have somebody in your life that gets a migraine headache. Then you can say, you know what, I like XYZ. I hate flowery scents. Those ones give me a headache. So I can speak from my own experience, but you have customers out there that love pine. You have 80-year-old women who love cinnamon. Every show I go to, they're hunting down clove and cinnamon bear and all the cinnamon they can get their fingers on. They also like lush gardenia. Anybody who loves that, I pray for you because I can't even open that bar. So at the bottom of it, it has my favorite 6-pack. It says eucalyptus, blue sage. I love sage. I like really woodsy kind of smells and clean smells. Those are my jam. We got around the campfire last year. Remind me about that. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget to tell you guys about my around the campfire. I don't have a pen. Who doesn't have a damn pen in their office? Around the campfire. I'll get back to that because you know I got ADD super bad. So winterberry apple tea. If you have not smelled that yet, I suggest you go order that for yourself in everything it comes in. And then right here at the bottom, we have my own website. We have the new purifier that's coming out. That is something huge that a lot of people are not aware that we are coming out with yet, that they need to know about. And if you're not advertising it, they might breeze right through it and not have any knowledge of it. It is a very high priced item. So just that purifier alone, you could set up a party for them and give them some rewards. So that's another angle. Once you start getting some interest in that air purifier, you're going to say, hey, Amber, instead of you just purchasing this air purifier, why don't I just set you up a party link? You don't have to have anybody at home, but you can get some free rewards off of it. And then Amber's going to say, oh my God, yeah, I want that air purifier. And then I'm going to give her all the rewards and I'm going to flip her into a consultant because she's going to need pods for her purifier and she's going to have to keep coming back. And I would love to keep taking her money, but I want to show her how she can make her own money. So we take this, grab one of these catalogs, give me some washi tape, which is across my office, and I stick it right here. I don't worry about covering it up because they can easily pull one of the moves, see what's on there. If you have not already seen, there are some amazing people that have created graphics that have a sticker scavenger hunt. So what I do is I cut up the stickers, which you just seen, I got these in today too, and I put these sporadically throughout my catalog. I don't just put them on a sheet and say, scratch and sniff these. I say, let's have some fun in your catalog. So in this catalog, you're going to open it up. This page might have a laundry or a lotion sample. It might just be stuck on there. This page might have a sticker. There's going to probably be 8 stickers throughout the catalog. But not only do I put stickers in these, I put product and samples. You might have a wax sample. You might have a body sample. You might have a car freshener. It doesn't matter what you get because you're my customer and I'm trying to make you feel important. And what better way to make you feel important than giving you a whole catalog full of samples, because I already have to mail it to you, right? So I don't mind paying an extra 50 cents, getting rid of some of my samples that I've already done, and giving you an interactive catalog. Then when you fill out the sample, not the samples, the stickers, and I believe it's 8 on a sheet, and you text me showing me that you found all the stickers, I'm telling you you're getting a free Scentsy prize. Now, I'm not telling you what the free Scentsy prize is. It's really a coupon for 10% off that you're going to get in the mail, but you don't know that. And I just got you to look through the catalog because you're scavenging, trying to find more free stuff in my catalog. So not only do I do that, so this is going to go in a clear mailer. This side of my mailers is completely gray. In the mailer, I also put some leaves, I put some caramels, I put some apple cider, and I'm trying to think what else I grabbed. I got most of it from the dollar store. You just throw it in there and it makes a better experience for your customers than just be like, here, Teresa, do you want a new catalog? And she's going to be like, yeah. And she's going to throw it in her purse and it's going to get coffee on it. And maybe her dog's even going to eat it. But if it had caramel in it, Teresa's going to be like, oh, crap, Kelly gave me some caramel and I'm hungry right now because I'm at the bank for the 3rd time today. She's going to reach in her purse and grab the dang catalog so she can get the candy out. So you got to be strategic in what you're putting in your catalogs. Now, the around the campfire, I told you guys about that earlier. That smell, I love. It's amazing. I did not like it when it first came out. I thought, who wants to smell like this? However, I bought these cookies, which I'll show you guys by the end of this. But I bought these cookies. They're in biscotti cookies, I think they're called. And they come in like the airplane ones on Delta. They look like that. And then I put around the campfire and I put 2 or 3 little marshmallows on a toothpick and I wrapped them all up with a cute little saying and I sent them to my VIP customers. And I still have some from last year, you guys, and they still smell like around the campfire. So when I was moving, I'm like, you guys, why does it smell like around the campfire? And sure enough, we found a bag of them that I forgot to mail out. So I will, when Amber starts talking, I will go get that and show you guys that when we come back. So that's all I got.
Those are all amazing tips. And speaking about around the campfire, I was looking at some leaders and different things that they were doing as far as Scentsy Family Reunion is concerned. There's actually one leader that is having a little campfire retreat with her team members. And let me tell you, even if you just have one team member, invite them over, have some popcorn and enjoy this experience with company, even if it's your family, your spouse and your kiddos. So without further ado, I do want to welcome the Sarah Walker from home office. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Sarah.
Oh my gosh, thanks for having me. I hope you guys can hear me okay. The connection's good. I kicked my kid off Xbox, so we should be good to go.
You sound perfect.
Okay, good deal. Guys, I'm here to talk to you today about, of course, training and all the glorious things that come with it. Tuesday is our training day at Scentsy, where we do the weekly learning plan. We have our Tuesday training webinar, and then Jason kicks us off live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on the Facebook page, and then I have my training on Thursdays. So if you remember Tuesdays and Thursdays for training at home office, that's what you can count on there. We do give some advance notice to our directors and above on Monday to let them know what that learning plan is going to be. But then we cascade it out to everyone else. So I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. I just wanted to touch on some of the touch points that we have, different ways that you can access training. So we're fresh off of a Tuesday webinar today. It was super fantastic. We had STAR Director Brooke Barnhart on. She was talking about traveling testers. She did a great job. But as we were going through that, I'm like, man, this is good stuff to be able to share tonight as well. So I just wanted to personally invite you all, if you have not before joined a training webinar. We've done a little bit of things over the years to tweak the style a little bit. Teresa has been a presenter on with us. I see a number of you on today who have also presented for us, whether that's on a training webinar or at an event, and we're very appreciative to all of our leaders who are willing and able to do that for us. So basically, the Tuesday training webinar is a weekly webinar that we do for all consultants, all English speaking consultants. And then Britta does one for German, Virginie does one for French, and then Susan does one for Spanish. And then I do the one for English. So that's open to US, Canada, R2, R3, all English speaking consultants every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 a.m. Pacific. And it's just an opportunity for you to get training for the week. And from a leader's perspective, it means that you don't have to recreate the wheel. If you don't want to have to scramble for a training topic each week, we're happy to do that for you. And then maybe have your team members tune in, check it out, and then have you send some aha moments or a couple takeaways that they learned, and maybe talk about that on your Facebook groups and pages. So basically we do that every single week, except for SFR week, which happens to be next week. It's finally here. And then during Christmas and New Year's, we won't have one. But other than that, every week you have the training opportunity. So you can register for that. I feel like I'm doing a commercial. All these disclaimers. And there's my dog. Great. I woke her up. That's unfortunate. So anyway, but you can register. There she is. I knew it. You can register for these on your workstation. Oh, really? Really? Unstable Maple. That's her name. Hey, Ellen. Hold on just a sec. Let me mute. Just a sec. All right, kids getting her a treat. My goodness sakes, never fails every time. She's like the unofficial training mascot, I swear. When we were doing training webinars at home, she was always there. I digress. Okay, so you can register for those on your workstation. I'm going to see if I can share my screen. I wanted to show you guys. Let's see if let me do that. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Can you see that? Yeah. Someone let me know. Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, super dupes. Okay, so here's where you would go on your workstation. And then on the left-hand side of your screen, you would see Scentsy Success, where it has news, training, and marketing. So if you click on the training section, this pops up. And then basically, I'm going to kind of give you a little dive into training super fast within Scentsy Success. If you haven't played around with this already, I do encourage you to spend a little bit of time and explore, but you can browse by topic, browse videos. There's a list of all the FAQs that we have. If you're a new consultant, start here. We also have all of our wellness section in there as well. But what I wanted to show you as far as the Tuesday training webinar section, it's in this training events. So as this screen pops up, you do get a reminder about what Jason's live is about, what my live is about. He usually talks about confidence, personal development, strength, growth, fun little challenges, things to consider. Lately, he's been talking a lot about some keynotes from Heidi Norville. And then mine has to do with catalog products, limited time offer products, Scentsy Success, consultant store tools, those kinds of things. But what you can see here are upcoming trainings. And so we have the month's trainings here, and you can register directly for those. So you'll have the topic, you'll have the description, you'll also have the presenter information, and then a registration link for Zoom. So the whole idea about having that registration link, I get a lot of questions every time from consultants saying, hey, I can't tune in Tuesdays at 10 a.m. What do I do? Still register for the webinar, because you'll get that registration link, but you'll also get a reminder from Zoom that lets you know the day before, the day of, and then the day after. If you happen to miss it, you get a reminder with my email address. It says, hey, in case you missed the webinar, here's Sarah's email. She can send you the replay link. Yay! So just for you to know, we record all of our Zoom trainings on Tuesdays. We produce those into a pretty little snippet with our presenter section, and then we post that onto the training section of Scentsy Success where you just were. And then if you wanted to access those, you would just type in, for example, like July 2021 training in that search box, and it'll pop up and you'll have that whole list of that entire months of training. So you could change the month and access past ones if you want to. But if you don't mind that replay link, I am more than happy to send that to you. You can just send me an email. My email address is swalker, SWALKER @Scentsy.com. And I am happy to send that to you. I know Mabel's excited. She's stoked. And then, so that's a reason why you want to register, even if you can't attend the live webinar, because we know sometimes people can't really tune in the morning, and that's okay. And for our friends in our 2 and our 3, honey, I really need you to take care of the dog. Thank you. But for our friends in region 2 and 3, that timing is really, really off. So they can't always take advantage of that. So one extra perk of attending a call, you are on, this is kind of a gimme. And nobody tell me pay to play here or compliance issues, because okay, this is all about like, I'm gonna bribe you and I'll reward. And I know Carol's on here, and I heard this from her a million years ago. What gets recognized and rewarded gets repeated. So I'm gonna give prizes away at the end of my training webinars. So you'll get a prize pack brought to you from the consultant store. We pick about 3 to 4 winners each time, totally random. So there you go. There's another little incentive to tune in. So one extra thing that I mentioned was prizes. I know for those of you who've been on before, prizes, you got to yell it. And the drum roll that always makes the dog come running. But the other thing that I mentioned is our monthly learning plan. So for directors, star directors, superstar directors, we have a monthly theme that we put together. I'll probably put it together in October for 2022. But basically every single month we have a different theme. And then all of our trainings that week, whether it's a training webinar or it's a learning plan where we are referring consultants to an existing training resource on the workstation to help you out with your business, give you a little extra, daily task or weekly task, that gets kind of wrapped up in this nice purple sparkly bow. So every single month, there will be a different theme. In July, this one is rethink. So every training that we offer on those Tuesdays, and then try to weave it in with Jason's live and then my live a little bit, but we try to tie that theme in to what we're doing. So it's rethinking how you're approaching transition this month. It's rethinking how you're partying. So for example, last week, Rachel Pence was on our training webinar, and we were talking about last chance, first glance, and different ways to rethink that approach, and different ways to rethink how you might party or offer the 10% off sale. This week was all about traveling testers with Brooke. And so she offered some different options and different ways to rethink what you're doing with your testers this summer. So you can kind of see how that goes into play. So for the leaders, we introduced this on the Monday, and then on Tuesday, immediately following our training webinar, which is at what time? 10 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 a.m. Pacific. So then on the Scentsy Family Consultant page, so all English speaking consultants can access that, then we will post a link to a document, a resource, a video, what have you, in the training section. So to help with this theme of traveling testers, we thought, okay, well, we're talking about different ways to rethink parties. So for instance, this week, that weekly learning plan is all about booking blitzes. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. Let me pull up the slide super dupes fast. Hold on just a sec. So this is the slide deck from today's call, or today's webinar. So we would go through, you have the name, the title, the topic, all of that. We go through, talk about just some news and updates, different training resources that you can find. I always talk about the products that are available in case people don't know. If it's been a while, if you're not making it a habit to tune into your news tab every single day, I do just reference this every week. And right before, I always double check to see if anything's sold out. But I'll just give you a quick product update so you can see what's available, maybe what's coming. Also highlight some dates that you need to be aware of. So for instance, the Harry Potter pre-sale ends on the 14th. So we wanted to make sure that we cascaded that out. And then for Scentsy Family Reunion registration, that closes on the 16th. So any of those super special snazzy days that you need to remember, I'll pop in there as well. We always talk about Scent Warmer of the month, 10% off, just different ways to interact and get you talking with customers, just to give you some prompts there. So here's that weekly learning plan example that I was talking about. So say, for example, in July, the focus is rethink, right? Where we were talking about looking at a transition month, we're reimagining parties, recruiting efforts, all those things. And then within that learning plan for the month, even though the theme is rethink, you'll have a weekly task. And so this is where we're linking to different resources in the training section. So it's number one, giving you something to focus on for that week if you're not quite sure where to start. And as a leader, if you need to refer your team members to something that maybe you're not aware of, or maybe sometimes it helps to hear it from someone else. I like drum this thing into my kid all the time, but he's not listening. But the minute grandma says it, oh, suddenly it all makes perfect sense, right? So sometimes it might just take someone else saying the same thing you've been saying for a million years for them to understand what it is. So for instance, like on this weekly task, oh, she's back. My goodness sakes. So this one would be like, hey, last week we talked about last chance first glance parties. Let's schedule more with the booking blitz. You're going to generate excitement. You're going to build confidence. You're going to find hosts, new customers. You guys know the drill. And then kind of a little thing like, we acknowledge if you're not sure how to do this, if you're nervous to try, here's a tool that can help you. So for this week, it was review the Booking Blitz tutorial and then soak up all the information you're going to learn on this training webinar today. Okay, so that just kind of goes through how we use this weekly learning plan with leaders and then cascade that out to everybody else. So you, as anyone, any consultant can find the link to that learning plan on Tuesdays on the Scentsy Family Consultant page. Just for point of reference, if you have some non-English speakers on your team, Susan gets the same information for Spanish, Virginie for French, German goes to Britta, and then I also post in Region 2 and Region 3 on their leader groups. So we have like this global umbrella of training that everyone is getting the same information on a weekly basis. So everyone kind of has this unified approach to it. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Let's see what else. Oh, the one last thing I was going to show you, I kind of gave you a little teaser on the training. So let me go back to that. Hold on here. Goodness sakes, Mabel. So we call her unstable Mabel. This is why. You're all experiencing the splendor of a shrieking howler monkey of a beagle. That's just what she does. She's crazy. Okay, so I wanted to show you a little bit of the organization of Scentsy success once you're in the training section. I touched on this really briefly, but I want to dive in a little bit because before we were talking about registration, and here's the training event section that I showed you. But let's just say we want to browse by topic, or if you know the topic already, you could search in this training box. So one thing I want to highlight really quickly, there's a search box here and a search box here. Okay, so this one is the overall Scentsy success search box that it'll go through all the news stuff, all the 11 billion bazillion marketing images, and then anything in training. So if you really want to fine tune your search only to training, you can either use the filters on the left-hand side, or you can just type it in here in this training content and then click that search box. If you're not quite sure, you just want to browse, like next week's weekly learning plan as an example, because it's SFR, we want to encourage you for all of those who have registered. Remember, you have until the 16th. It's definitely worth the $11 US. Check that out, but we do want to encourage you to access that on-demand training. But for those of you who aren't registered, if it's not just something that's going to work within your schedule, we totally get it. We do still have some SFR content on here from last year as well, but I do encourage you just to find something during that time slot where you would normally dedicate and devote some training time. Come in here and explore a little bit. So here's the browse by topic. And then this is how we have everything situated and kind of divided into different learning paths, if you will, or kind of some buckets or categories, category headers. So we have a featured section. If you're a new sponsor, you can start here. If you're a new consultant, start here. New director, start here. We have some party themes, and then we have a collection of videos from SFR last year and then World Tour this year. So all of those consultant-led trainings, those amazing breakout classes that they put together, those will be housed here. So one thing I do want to point out on this SFR 2020, those will come down as soon as we have the new SFR 2021 up. So if you are registered for Reunion, SFR that starts next week, you'll have access to that on-demand training content all those breakout classes for 30 days on that event site. And then after the 30 days, we will migrate all of those over to the workstation, and they'll be like this, but it'll say SFR 2021. It takes a little bit of time. So if you want access to all that training, I would say definitely take advantage of that during these first 30 days with the event itself. We also have the different categories of sell and sponsor. So this follows the 6 skills of the selling system. Say that 5 times fast, but you have your booking, your sponsoring, your presenting, your host coaching, prospecting, how to follow up, all of these things. So if you notice something in here that maybe you're struggling with in your business, or maybe as a leader, you're sensing a trend, you can come here and find some different trainings to help you out and help your team members out just to learn a little bit more. We also have a section for knowing the product. I know that you guys were talking about the air purifier. I just wanted to let you know, in addition to that FAQ that is out, we will also have a how to share and sell the air purifier. So be looking for that very soon. We'll also have a video. I'm going to have Chelsea Curtis and Michael Borg on a Facebook Live with me in a couple weeks. So we'll talk through some of those features, benefits, use, and care. There will also be a lot of information about the new product shared at SFR. So if you want a little sneak peek of that before the masses, definitely get registered for that. So that's a lot more information for the know the product there. There's also stuff about licensing. If you have questions about how to market licensed products in a compelling and compliant way, especially with these new licenses that we have. You'll find more information here. Running your business, this is like the behind the scenes business stuff, where if you have questions about the comp plan, Jason has some really cool videos in here that talk through that. Compliance, we have a brand new revised compliance guide in there that is a sister to the, or brother connection, compadre, whatever you want to call it, to the Scentsy standards, the policies and procedures there. All of that stuff is there. Improve yourself. This is where we have all of our wellness information from Marlo. Definitely personal improvement is on there as well. Personal development, self-improvement. And then of course, lead your team, rounding that out with some leadership basics, how to inspire your team. We also have our team building fundamentals in there. So if you've been to boot camp, if you've participated in accelerated leadership, this is where you will find those 5 fundamentals of team building. Okay, I think that is an exhaustive share of Scentsy success and all things training. So if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer. You can always send me an email, swalker@scentsy.com, or message me on Facebook too. I'm happy to help there as well.
So that was a ton of good information. I'm over here writing so fast, taking notes myself. Like, oh, I didn't know that. This is good. This is awesome. And so here's my question to you. We have some very new team members that are joining us tonight, and they're not familiar with Scentsy Family Reunion. And sadly, we have some new team members and some existing ones that haven't registered yet. What can you tell us about SFR? Here's 2 things that I heard this week when I said, why haven't you guys signed up for just $11? And one person said, well, I missed the opportunity for the swag, so I don't think I'm going to sign up. I was like, what? And then someone else said, well, they've already revealed all the products, so I don't think I'm going to sign up. So what can you tell us about Scentsy Family Reunion, and what is the deadline?
Okay, so the deadline is the 16th. So that is, what is that, Friday? Yes, so Friday the 16th, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, you have until you can get registered, or to get registered for SFR. So that $11, guys, I'm telling you, I would pay that and above, knowing what's coming in terms of keynotes, in terms of product reveals, little sneak peeks behind the curtain that you will only get at SFR until it's announced to the masses. So if you are one of those who loves to know things before anyone else, tune in to SFR. But honestly, that the ability, especially going back to those breakout classes, if you're at an in-person event, you have to choose. So we would have this whole slew of trainings open for you. I think that's the one thing that I really love about the virtual option. I will say that is having access to it all for 30 days. Because if you're at an in-person reunion, you would have to pick 4. And we have 77. So all of these classes where, maybe you could make a plan to watch 1 or 2 a day for the next month. and then just prime yourself for this event. So that training aspect, I think, just to be able to have all of these leaders in your toolbox, in your back pocket, to be able to watch them and learn from them and their best practices from everyone. You have a really, really solid lineup of leaders on this call right now. You also have access to a broad scope. Even within the English speakers, we have some friends from R2 and R3 on there as well, just to give some fresh perspective that you maybe haven't heard before. So I would say for the $11, I would absolutely pay to have access to all of these leaders for 30 days. That would be incredible to me. You'll also have the keynotes from Heidi and Orville, as well as some other surprises coming. And in terms of answering that question about the product, oh friends, we have not shared all of the product. We have only shared what's in the catalog. So this does not include any limited time offers. This does not include the harvest collection. This does not include the holiday collection. So if you want harvest, holiday, LTO, all of the fun, snazzy things that are coming, if you don't want to wait till September or October or whoever knows when these other things are coming out and you want to know what's coming, you better tune in. And for me, that FOMO is legit, and I would pay $11 for that. So hopefully that answers that a little bit more. But honestly, it's really an opportunity for you to get a glimpse into what Scentsy is all about. I mean, you guys spent some time, whoever brought you on to Scentsy, whether that was for love of the product, or maybe you saw it as a business opportunity or way to, put some extra food on the table or have some fun money. However you came here, we want you to realize that you have a place here and that you matter, and that it gives you a sense of place. It gives you a sense of belonging and connection that just can't be beat. And obviously we would love to do that in person, but this is the next best thing, where we can come into where you feel most comfortable in your own home. You can wear your jammies, you can wear whatever you want. You can have some snack-a-pons, have a beverage, watch it with your friends, watch it with your family, watch it by yourself. It's totally fine. But we just want you to understand and know and feel what you are a part of and what Scentsy Spirit means, and that I hope that it makes everything just kind of click, that everything comes together. We hear a lot from people that their business changed when they attended Reunion on so many levels, whether that was training, connection, maybe something that just stood out, they heard someone say, and it was just kind of a game changer for them. Magical things happen. Jason and I just recorded a podcast. We posted it up today. That was another training tidbit I forgot to mention. We have a Scentsy Stories podcast, but it was about Scentsy family reunion and different memories over the years. We had some superstar directors send us their stories of their first SFR memory. It was really, really fun. So if you have some time and you like podcasts, check that out. We just uploaded a new episode today that talks about this very thing.
Well, thank you so much. Everybody's kind of starstruck right now. The name of this training on Tuesdays is called Dreamstruck, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's Sarah Walker, and we get her to our. So we're so excited, and we realize that this is a sacrifice of your time to be able to exclusively with us. You started training early this morning, and here you are with us, but you delivered such amazing content. And I'm just reading the chats, and there was a couple people that said, I've been in a couple of other direct sales companies, and I've not seen this much robust training, as far as what we're receiving from you and your team and Jason and so many others. So, from the bottom of all of our hearts, thank you so much for all that you do for us and bring into us. And I will ask the other panelists, did you have any questions for Sarah before she tends to Mabel, sweet Mabel?
No questions, but I have to say that even as someone who's been in this a long time, I mean, I'm pretty seasoned. I'm coming up on 10 years next month. I just sort of had this aha moment where one thing that my directors struggle with when it comes to training, and they're always like, I don't know what to say to my team anymore. I feel like I've said everything. I'm to the point in my business where, of course, I always say don't reinvent the wheel, but simplicity is everything. And if you feel like you're not an adequate leader because you just don't know what to say, Sarah mentioned that if you don't want to come up with a training topic, focus on whatever that core topic is for that week that they're talking about. And use that to sort of form a conversation or discussion, as Sarah mentioned, in your team pages, share an aha moment or what did you take away? And you could even do your own kind of incentive, right? Where like anybody who contributes to that discussion, maybe throw their name into a draw for a pack of catalogs or, you know, something, some swag from the Scentsy family store. Again, not at all required, but it's an option. So my wheels are turning about, you know, I'm going to take this back to my leaders, the ones that aren't on here, and just share with them, hey, you have permission to just do that instead of coming up with your own content.
For sure.
Thanks for that reminder, Sarah. I really.
Oh, of course. Well, and Emily, you kicked off something else. So today, if you are director above and you are registered for Scentsy Family Reunion, you should have gotten an email from us today. I uploaded all of our facilitator guides for those on-demand classes, and then you have access to those on a Dropbox link. So if you want to do something different or in addition to enhance that reunion experience, but also like thinking beyond that, if you're scrambling for training topics throughout the year, or you just want to do like a fresh challenge or whatnot, you look at those facilitator guides and use those as a springboard, like as a little, you know, brainstorm moment to really just take it and run with it and do with it what you'd like. But it at least gives you some extra options and how to guide people through some discussion points and learning opportunities. If you know you're done spinning your wheels and you're looking for something new, that might help too.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sarah. Debbie, Carol, Dorothy, or Amber, or Kelly, do you guys have anything before we release Sarah?
I just love Sarah. She does an amazing job. She's so fun to listen to. So thank you for joining us tonight.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you guys for having me. It's always a pleasure. I'm happy to help wherever. I quite literally would not have a job without you. So I thank you for all that you do each and every day. So thanks for letting me serve. And you just reach out if you have any other questions that happen to come in for training, products, or whatnot. I'm happy to help.
Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah.
We
Thanks for
get to
having me,
see
guys. Have fun
Mabel,
tonight.
Sarah, because we just hear you telling her to go away. We need to see Mabel.
Oh yeah, I
You
want to
see
see
Mabel. Oh, now of course, because you're asking, she's nowhere near me. Mabel, Tina,
Mabel, we want to see you.
come here. Come here. She's coming. She's running. Hold on. Come here. Come here, you. Come here. Come here. Okay, hold on. You're the star of the show now. Okay, hold on. All right, here she is in all glory. This is Mabel, unstable Mabel. She's a beagle and she's crazy. All right, so with that, and she's done. Okay, so I'll just take my leave now. Bye, guys.
Okay, so that was really cool. Let's see if we can get Sarah off of the, I don't think I can get her off. Okay, so we're back.
Go on.
Okay. So that was really fun, you guys. That's another reason why I love Dreamstruck. You never know what you're going to get. And tonight we had exclusive access to Sarah, Walker. I've been with Scentsy for 6.5 years, and I learned some great pointers tonight too. So let's continue on with I guess Scentsy Family Reunion and the training. And I guess I'll toss it over to Carol real quick. Is there anything tonight that kind of stood out to you that, was kind of like an aha moment? I know that Sarah was kind of literally just going over the training regimen that we have. But what is your takeaway?
Well, not exactly what Sarah said, but more so, I'm surprised we still have people that aren't registered for reunion. So that just blows me away because guys, it's $11 to register for reunion. It is, you can't get training any cheaper. And I think just on Tuesday when we have access to what Sarah was saying, she said 70 presenters. Is that what she said? 70?
I think
right?
it was 77.
77? Yeah, 77 presenters. Okay, you're going to learn enough from everyone that even if you paid $1 to listen to them, that would be $77. So you're going to get additional training that is above the $11 that you're going to pay to register right now. So who cares about a swag bag? You're going to get knowledge. You're going to get ideas and things in your business that you will be able to apply and take this fall to the next level. So if anybody's on here hasn't paid the $11, go pay it. Or If something is where you can't afford the $11, find someone who has registered and beg them to come over and watch it with them. Okay. But the nice part is for $11, you get access to all the trainings for the next 30 days. So you get to take your time and watch all 77 people. You can re-watch the general sessions. The general sessions are only a couple hours. One, I was entering them in my calendar last night just to make sure I didn't accidentally schedule anything during the general session, because you're going to have to wait like 24 hours to watch the general session if you miss it. And so, Scentsy Family Reunion is, Cam says a newbie, joined in May. So I get it. Maybe you don't even know what SFR is. So maybe let's take a second, and this is your first time joining us. Scentsy Family Reunion is our annual convention. This is where we have trainings, we have ideas, we get excited. People talk about what's coming out in the fall, which we already know what the catalog is, but we have a harvest and a holiday brochure. They're gonna show us all those warmers. They're gonna show us extra surprises, limited time offers that are going to come this fall. That's what they're going to announce during SFR. You're going to be the first one to see it all, to be excited. And you get to hear from Horval and Heidi. No, I'm just kidding. Orville and Heidi. I almost did it wrong. I got them all twisted up. But anyway, Orville and Heidi, they're gone on a mission, but they recorded a message for us. You're going to hear from people at the home office. You're going to see what makes our company tick besides us. And I just think it's a perfect way to recharge your batteries after a crazy summer and get ready for an amazing fall. The fall in Scentsy is the busiest time of the year. And this is where everything you've done so far this year is going to come to fruition. This is your harvest, is in the fall. And you get amazing ideas, you get energized, you get excited. And then I can 100% attest after 15 years of this, the people that attend convention make more money in the fall than the people that don't. And so you become excited, you connect in, you see that it's a much bigger picture than just our Tuesday night Zoom, right? Sorry about the kid that's running back and forth. And at least he was clothed. I'm surprised. I'm glad he wasn't naked. So let me just say that. I'm like, well, you never know what you're gonna get here. So reunion, normally we get things, we get surprises. Of course, virtually we don't get those kind of things. But I think Amber, I saw in her previous post, she said, I saved all year to attend in Las Vegas. And so for $11, you can't even go to lunch for that anymore. And so you have this opportunity to attend top-notch training for so cheap from your home. And again, I know I've said this in the past, you may not have heard it. You get to watch, you could watch naked, you can watch without clothes, you can watch without a bra, no pants, you have no dress code requirement. You cannot show up to reunion in person naked. It's not gonna happen. They're gonna escort you out. They're gonna be like, no, you can't come. So at least take this opportunity to watch it unclothed if you'd like. And then next year you'll need to put your clothes on and come join us in person, because I can't wait to be in person again. But yeah, so just know that you guys should definitely sign up. Definitely sign up and watch. And if you don't get $11 worth of it, I'm dang close. If you're in my team, I'll give you your $11 because I do believe you'll get your money's worth. You'll get more than that back. And so, but I love you guys and I want you to invest in yourself. You guys come to this every week, you show up. There is no reason in the world you shouldn't show up for your business, put $11 in and do reunion, because you're already doing the work. You're coming here every week. You're plugging in and tuning in and improving yourself. And seriously, money back guarantee, you guys, I promise you'll make $11. You'll make $11 to pay yourself back. And I'm not kidding. It's completely worth it. And you'll see it's worth it. Trust me. I mean, I talked a brand new consultant who had joined. I don't think Regina's on here tonight, but I talked a brand new consultant into coming to Boise, Idaho right after she joined, because I told her she'd love reunion so much. And she's still here today, still killing it. Really great consultant. And I literally told her, pack your bags, you're coming. I told her she was coming to invest the money, and she's super glad she did. And so, I mean, you'll be posting. Yeah, Amber, you'll be so hyped during SFR. You'll be posting and you'll be making money while you're watching all these amazing tips. You're going to be selling things, showing people the new stuff that's coming out and getting pre-orders for things. So don't worry, you'll love it. So please register for reunion. You have 4 more days. We're down to the end. This is it. Final countdown. It's next week. And then you get to watch it for a whole month and get ready.
In the chats, who is not registered for Scentsy Family Reunion? And after hearing what Carol has mentioned and also what Sarah Walker mentioned earlier, who is going to be signing up for $11 for Scentsy Family Reunion tonight? So put that in the chat. We would love to celebrate you, congratulate you. If it's your first time, let us know that as well. We're super excited for you guys to join us virtually. And I'm going to toss it over to Kelly too, and then you can toss it to whomever. But one of the things that Kelly and I love to do is we love to travel. Can you talk about some of the traveling announcements that are going to take place during Scentsy Family Reunion that people will not want to miss?
The travel announcements are changed is appropriate pronunciation, changed my life. Scentsy I thought was stupid, and I've told you guys this a million times, and if I wouldn't have went to the Scentsy reunion, I would not be here today. They told me that I could earn a free trip, and traveling is my love language. So all of a sudden I started listening, and unless it's something that you're actually interested in, you're not going to pay attention. So traveling, I love traveling. I'm actually leaving for Mexico in like 24 hours, and you see I have Scentsy paper all over the place. So Mexico is my favorite place in the world. I love to go there, but back to Scentsy Family Reunion. They told me that I could travel and I could travel for free, which is the best way. So they're going to tell us where we're going to be going. Not only are they going to tell us where we're going to be going, usually they have a few options. We get to hear about the other regions, which that's kind of cool too, because sometimes if there's seats available, we can get in on them. I've gone to Italy twice on Scentsy's dime because there was seats available in region 2. So region 1, I don't remember where it was. I want to say it was Disney about 4 or 5 years ago. And I did not want to go because that was somewhere that I could not afford to bring my family to Italy. So there was seats available when my number came up because they go in the order of points, and they were like, hey, we have a seat available in Italy. Okay, here we go. It was 2017. I got to go to Italy instead of Disneyland, or it was somewhere else. But another option. So let's say you like to travel, but you are afraid of flying. You do not want to get on a damn plane over your dead body. You can drive. There always is an option in the United States that you can drive to, and that's usually Scentsy Family Reunion. So will offer usually a top 50 or 100, which in the past it's been Greece, it's been Africa, it's been, jump in guys because I forgot, those were the important ones for me. Amsterdam, like we were supposed to go to Amsterdam and it got canceled because of COVID. So that was the last one pre-COVID, was Amsterdam and Belgium. We were supposed to go look at tulips and all kinds of fun things. That was actually one of my dream trips and it got canceled. So then there was another, go ahead. Switzerland was another one. Debbie got to go. There's another option. So if you don't make the top 100, then there's another one, which this year it was it Disneyland this year for the not top 100? I don't remember.
We did top 100 this year. It's Disney World.
Okay, so then another year we had a cruise to the Mediterranean. I'm trying to think of other ones.
The top 25 on that cruise got to go on a special excursion to the lavender fields in France. That was awesome.
How amazing is
Pick,
that?
pack, and play.
Debbie, your robot's back. So if you do not want to fly, driving is an option, which will be Scentsy Family Reunion. That is always an option. They will tell us where the next Scentsy Family Reunion is, which is super awesome. If you like to travel in the US or you don't like to fly, we've gone to Kansas City, we've gone to Anaheim, we've gone to Texas, we've gone, no, that was leadership. Nashville. Have we gone to Florida? I don't remember. We've been to so many places, you guys, I don't even remember where the hell I've been. So if you don't like to fly, there is a driving option.
What about leadership?
That's where I just slipped up. Leadership. if you are a leader or you are a director and above and you are consistent with your numbers, at 3 months, you get free boot camp, or is it free leadership? Free boot camp? Okay, I could probably be wrong, but it's these kind of things. You get free boot camp in wherever.
I think
Scentsy
3
is.
months is boot camp, isn't it? And then 6 months is leadership.
Free leadership.
Package.
So Scentsy will cover your leadership registration, which those are really cool. We've got to go to New York. We've got to go to New Orleans. We've got to go ahead, guys, because I forgot the rest.
I don't know that. I think y'all went on before I became a director to Mexico.
We went on a cruise. One time, me and Carol almost got left in Barbados or somewhere, St. Lucia, and the cruise ship almost left us, and we just waved.
We were running to the cruise. We were the last one. They left one gang for us, and we were running to the boat. They had honked the final honk, and we were like, "There's 60 of us, and we're going to be left in St. Lucia."
Carol's lying. We didn't run. We walked.
Hey,
I ran.
I took pain pills and drank that. I drank that rum. I was
running holding the bridge for everybody.
We were the jerks that were waving. The whole cruise ship's looking and, "Hi guys, hi, how are you?"
So this circle, you
I'll
guys
never forget that.
why we haven't had a leadership cruise again,
Mm-hmm.
because y'all didn't show up on time. They said.
But we had fun. We had Scentsy spirit.
Yeah. So the point that we're trying to make is there's all these things, and you might say, "Oh, well, I can find out about it later." Yeah, you can find out about it later on in the week or next month or whatever. But I made the mistake of not going to Las Vegas because I was a hobbyist and I was like, I don't need to do that. I don't need to spend that money. I'm doing all right. And I had serious FOMO, y'all, when I saw the diffuser. That's when they introduced the Scentsy diffuser. And I was like, gosh, why didn't I go? And I think those that went, they had access to selling the diffusers first. And I was just like, borderline just weeping and crying. And then they had a special Scentsy buddy that all the Scentsy or the SFR attendees received. And I am not an Elvis fan, but that day I had serious FOMO. I still want an Elvis Scentsy buddy. And I just was like, gosh, I made the biggest mistake, but I've never missed a Scentsy family reunion since then. I want to toss this over to Debbie real quick, because can you talk about the whole, if your robot is off, can you tell us about the shining star? Some people are brand new and they don't know what a Scentsy shining star is, and you happen to be one.
Oh yeah, am I robot now?
Oh no, you're not Gage the robot anymore.
Okay, I had that experience somewhat 3 times. The first time I was the Shining Star nominee in 2012. And I love how Scentsy put it together, because what they did, they contacted me.
What's a shining star?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Okay,
that don't
what
know.
A shining star? Okay, what a shining star is for you guys if you don't know. Okay, what happens for consultants who do far and beyond, give more than they take? For people who are recognized for that, you get voted. People will get a chance to vote for people. So as consultants, you can get to vote for your special person who you feel like has stood out in some way to help somebody. Okay, so what happened in 2012? I was kind of new to Scentsy. I received a phone call asking me to come out to, I can't remember, it was Las Vegas is what it was. They said, come on out here. We want you to take part in the program. So I went out there a day early and got up on stage. And this is when Scentsy introduced another brand at the time. So I had a chance to take part in that program. And we were all on stage, and all of a sudden, bright lights and everything. And they said, well, we want to introduce to you our Shining Star nominees. And I started looking around like this, like, where are they? And I was one of them. Like, I was one of them on stage. Like, are you kidding me? Like, what in the where does this come from? So I was one of the Shining Star nominees that year. And then the second year was 2017. My daughter was with me in the audience. This is what I love about Scentsy. All of a sudden, when they announced the Shining Star nominees, they called my name out first that year. And all I could see was Annie coming behind me. Somebody, stand up, stand up, stand up. They made me stand up in the chair. You're being recognized. And I didn't overcome my name out all across the flashing board. As a matter of fact, they made a mistake and they said I was a superstar director that year. And somebody caught it. I was a star director at that time. Somebody caught it and snapped it, and I kept that screenshot. So that was such an amazing experience. And the next time when I was actually Shining Star was in 2019 before COVID. Now this time it was done on online. Heidi and Orville announced it online. Each time it was just something incredible about that, because you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know at the time who's voted for you, but it's such an amazing experience to know, a great feeling. It makes your heart so happy to know that somebody's thought enough of you to send letters in, to send emails in to nominate you for that position. Is pretty huge. And that particular year was 6 of us. So it was just cool. I mean, I'm still smiling about that.
So yeah, and congratulations, because many of us remember witnessing that moment when you and the others were recognized. It was just, I think it was our 15-year anniversary. It was really awesome. So basically during Scentsy Family Reunion, we're going to find out who the next shining star is. I think last year Heidi and Orville flew, and we were watching their plane, fly, and they actually walked up to Heather Gorsuch's home and knocked on her door. She had no idea that they were coming. She opened up the door. It was kind of like one of those clearance house commercials or whatever, when someone gets a $100,000 check, but she didn't get no check. But she got Orville, which is better than a check. So
yes, it was amazing.
Bar is just packed with so much. And so for $11, it's absolutely worth the investment. You want to be able to share with your customers first. You don't want them to come to you to say, tell me about this Elvis buddy. Tell me about this air purifier. I heard so-and-so talking about that. You want to be the first one to share with your customers the new and exciting things. And I want to toss this over to Dorothy. Dorothy, for someone that's still not sold, that's still listening to us right now and is not registered for SFR, what do you want to tell them?
You've heard all the amazing stories that we have all shared. You've heard why it's good for you and your business. And unless you don't want to make more money this fall, then don't register. But who doesn't want to make more money this fall? Not only, someone asked me earlier today in my team, and she said, well, if we've already seen the catalog, then why do I want to register for SFR? There is so much more products and LTOs and things like that they are going to share with us during SFR, and that is the best part of it. To see what's going to come out, and you already have an idea in your head, so you can kind of start planning this fall. Oh, I know this is coming out. This person is a fan of this product, or kind of start doing things. Whenever we knew about some of the products coming up, I ordered things off of Amazon, like Beauty and the Beast, a little chip cup, to start planning ahead and putting that on my story, and like who likes Beauty and the Beast and things like that. So you can start planning your fall ahead once you know what products will be coming up. So it's very exciting. It's definitely worth only $11. And if you don't want to, watch it alone, I highly suggest getting together with some friends or doing it over Zoom and things like that. So after, what we always do, well, what we did last year, is have a Zoom session after the sessions, just to kind of talk about it and share the excitement and things like that, with Scentsy friends, with your Scentsy teams and things like that. So definitely don't miss out, because you are going to be sad if you do not register. I promise you.
That was awesome. Thank you. If you don't want to make money, then don't bother registering. And I think that we're all in this because we do. We want to have an income with Scentsy, and those that show up will go up. Okay, Amber, do you mind closing us out? I know we're about a couple minutes over, but what would you like to say in closing about Scentsy Family Reunion?
Yeah, okay, I'd love to close this out. So, you've heard us talk about all of the reasons why you should do SFR, why there's absolutely no reason to not spend $11, especially when people like me have to save up. When I went to my first SFR, I had to save up all year long. I had to be very intentional about it. So you might think, well, I might be spending $11 and throwing it down the drain, but I would encourage you not to do that. Like, spend your $11, and like Carol said, she put it in her calendar, put a sticky note in front of your face, do whatever you've got to do so that you get the most out of it. There's more content than you can take in 3 days for sure, but dive in, get the most out of it. My aha moment with Sarah tonight was seeing all of the training. I know Scentsy provides us with so much training, but I zeroed in on that new director training, and I know that there's going to be even more things along those lines with SFR, but what I'm getting at is use what we have. So, my new directors, they're like, okay, I'm a director, now what? So I copied that link on the workstation and went and posted it to my directors group, because you don't have to reinvent the wheel. There's going to be so many things for you at SFR. There's going to be so many things for your downline at SFR. You don't have to have that pressure as a leader to reinvent the wheel and make your own trainings. If it's your love language, do it. If not, it's not mine, to be honest. Use the resources that are there. And then the last thing that I would encourage you to think about doing with SFR, this is one of the parts of SFR that I get the most excited about. So I know we've had a dream struck about VIP groups. I love my VIPs. I spoil my VIPs. They're like insiders. So every year when I go to SFR, I go live to my VIPs and I give them big time sneak peeks. I really and truly do, because I think that VIPs should have perks. And so last year when we had virtual SFR, they were crappy pictures, but I took pictures of my TV screen, or I tried to steal some some screenshots off of Facebook or whatever, and shared those with my VIPs, because my Scentsy bestie told me her VIPs love her and they love to follow her because they feel like they're right there on that journey with her. So don't just register for SFR and blow it off. Dive in, share it with your downlines, and share it with your customers, because that's going to really, really create that connection with you and set you apart from other consultants. You want to be a standout, and you want to build relationships with all of your people. Okay, so I think I'm supposed to wrap it up completely for tonight. Correct me if I'm wrong, but thank you guys so much for joining us, for showing up week after week, investing this time in yourself and in your business. And like we always say, don't just listen to the things, take them and do them. Do one thing, get to be a pro at it, and then add in something else, and just keep investing in yourself, keep showing up, because those who show up go up. That's very, very true. Thank you guys so much for coming tonight.
Thank you, guys. See you at SFR.
Thank you, guys.